Redditor B-Biassi shared an unusual photograph with Reddit on the 19th of January 2018. Taken by her sister, it showed herself and her mother sitting in a hotel in Thailand. While she did not see anything unusual taking the photo, afterwards she saw the opaque torso and head of a lady hovering in the background. B-Biassi helpfully provided us with more information, stating that the photo was taken using a Google phone in the lobby of the Ping Viman Hotel. She says her family do not recall seeing anyone else in the lobby while they were there, and goes on to ask if anyone else had experienced a similar glitch with their phone. Our initial reaction was this could be one of the more beautiful ghost photos we have seen. With its intricate artwork and the serene setting, the ghost appears to be mournfully kneeling at the far side of the room, with beautiful shafts of light adding to the otherworldly ambience. However, it was those streaks of light that prompted us to look further into this photo. The massive light streak that arcs across the lower right of the photo and the opaqueness of the entity initially made us think that this was just a person's reflection that had been accidentally caught in the camera. It is quite a common technique in low-budget special effects films and happens regularly by accident in people's home photos. When there is a brightly lit scene on one side of the glass and darkness on the other, the reflection will only pick up the pale or bright colours, like when you try to take a photo through a window and the reflection of the curtain gets caught in the shot. So we theorised if the photo was taken through a pane of glass, the pale colours of the worker would be reflected in the camera, while the dark room and her surroundings would be lost, making her look like an opaque apparition. This light phenomenon is also unfortunately quite abused by paranormal hoaxers, as well as unsuspectingly by people who think they've seen ghosts. There are an incredible number of people who have used this technique to make ghosts appear in haunted houses and museums. So this was our first line of inquiry when looking at this photo. However, looking at the photos of the hotel lobby available on their website, there does not appear to be any glass windows in the correct position for this to be a possibility. Therefore, we were able to rule this effect out in this instance. We asked our technical expert to look at this photo and analyse it using photo forensics. She was able to state that this is in fact a camera malfunction. The figure in the photo is a real person in the room. Their legs appearing to have disappeared is because of the digital camera correcting the fact they are backlit. The light from the massive windows is coming in from behind the subjects. In traditional photography, the family would be entirely dark. All you would see in the window are their silhouettes. Many digital cameras automatically correct this so that all the subjects in the photo are visible. We can see evidence of this automatic digital correction in the numerous errors occurring in the photo. If we look at the photo analysis, we can see pixel changes in the area where the figure is kneeling, indicative of a camera glitching. Further evidence is the streak of light in the foreground. It is a lens flare that has been exaggerated due to the camera correcting the light. From this we can conclude with certainty that the figure is flesh and blood and in the room, most likely a member of staff that is busy in the far corner of the lobby. In the comments we are shown a picture of other members of staff and the figure in the photo is wearing the same colour blue as the other workers. A factor that has caused some commentators to believe that this may be otherworldly and not a member of staff is that in the photo we have of the hotel, other workers are wearing short sleeves while the figure in the photo has 3/4 length sleeves. However, it is common practice for an employer to give staff uniforms which are suitable for different types of weather, so it is not immediately unusual to us that she should be wearing a variation of the uniform. The other factor that offered some plausibility to this being a ghost photo is that B-Biassi claimed she does not recall there being any other people in the lobby while the photograph was being taken. Unfortunately, the human mind is notoriously imperfect. B-Biassi does not tell us how much time passed between her sister taking the photo and then realising there was another figure in it. There is also the even more common occurrence that patrons do not always see members of staff working around them. There is a strong possibility here that the member of staff was simply forgotten about. While there has been an influx of fake ghost photos from people purposefully attempting to trick the public just to garner some attention, we do not think this photo is an example of this. As technology leaps ahead, more and more we have come to believe it's infallible. However, photographs like this prove that even though we have come a long way from the days of film photography and Polaroids, there are still some unique looking technical errors that can be thrown at us. As a paranormal investigation community, we must remain vigilant to new glitches, but never ever be afraid to share them. There is always a hope, even if it's an outside chance, that one day we may capture actual proof of the other side. We've been busy scouring the web to bring you this week's top trending stories in our new feature, the Paranormal News Highlights. Filmmaker Todd Standing of Discovering Bigfoot and Survivor Man plans to use the footage of his latest documentary as evidence to prove the existence of Bigfoot in a California court of law. He filed a similar lawsuit in British Columbia, Canada last October. Strange openings have been found on the Moon. Researchers working with SETI and the Mars Institute have found holes near the Moon's north pole, which could indicate that there is a network of ancient lava tunnels. As well as being an incredible insight into the Moon's past, it could also provide a base for excursions in the future. Was there life on Mars? The Mars Curiosity rover has found tiny angular structures that resemble trace fossils, according to the astrobiologist Barry D. Gregorio. While NASA are at a loss to come up with other geological explanations, they have not ruled out the possibility it could be traces of an ancient alien species. That's the roundup of paranormal news for this week. If you enjoyed this feature, please let us know in the comments below, and we'll be sure to bring you more paranormal news next week. If you enjoy our videos, please consider helping us reach more paranormal enthusiasts by sharing our videos on social media. Use the hashtag #RAParanormal, and we'll be sure to thank you when we can. If you've shared our content elsewhere, please drop us an email so we can pass on our thanks. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.